Are we hot?
Are we hot?
Hey, YouTube. Oh, there it is.
Hey, YouTube.
Look at you guys.
Oh, look at us. Let me see. Let me see what I look like. Oh my gosh.
So we apparently have a minor league baseball team. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Hello.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, how do y'all not know what the Rougarou are? I'm a season ticket holder. It's so exciting. We're about to go. The boys are so excited. Hey, boys.
What does season tickets to the Rougarou game or season
So
tickets?
it's like all summer. You get to go to at least 30 games if you want to, but that's a lot of games to go to.
Right.
And it's like $100. You get 4 people in every time you go.
Okay.
It is so reasonable.
$100 for the whole summer, and you can bring 4 people at a time.
Watch the sports knowledge prowess here. Is it single A, double A, or triple A?
It's neither. It's collegiate.
What does that mean?
It's a summer collegiate league. We're part of the Texas Collegiate League.
So at the end of the summer, we're done?
It's new. This is the Texas League. And so this is the Rougarou has been around for a few years. And by the way, not paid to do this. I'm just a big fan. Like really, we started going last summer. My 14-year-old was like Pete Goldsby Field, which is over by Memorial Stadium. Off of 110. Really cool, safe environment.
I just shared YouTube on the Geaux Rouge Facebook page. So if you want to share it from the Geaux Rouge Facebook page, you can tag from there.
Let's see. Wait, Geaux Rouge Facebook page.
Yeah, it's
I know. Been here before.
This ain't your first. Act like you've been here, Kleinpeter.
Not my first rodeo.
If you're tuning in, we're gonna have Sara Kleinpeter in the first half with co-host Dylan Ferguson.
Dylan and I haven't met until like this moment. We were both today years old right now.
As the former,
but I am as much as
and
I love.
How did he become a co-host before I did? I don't understand.
Consistency and commitment.
P.S. Consistency and commitment. Like, just tell me when to show up. I'd remember not to curse.
Well, you're here. You're here.
Woo!
Wait, are you the woman? Are you the woman? Are you woman?
I don't know. No.
Maybe I'll like throw a pool stick between the two of you and say we're doing tryouts. Only one spot. So here's the thing: are you the woman that gets invited to do something and then comments when she shows up that you never get invited to do something?
No.
Oh, don't want to be that girl. Don't be that girl.
Oh, Franz.
You never call me while you're on the phone with them. There's a word for that.
You can't see this on the radio, can you? Yeah, you can't.
Sarah's going to be our first guest, and then I am super excited.
Who's coming in next?
So,
who's after me?
Do you remember like 2-3? We didn't know each other 2-3 years ago. I was in a bad, dark place in my life, and I started really getting into plants, and more specifically succulents.
Like one of the things I was going to fix it. It's
like if I just surround myself in a jungle of succulents, sobriety and lots of plants, that will make the wounds heal.
It will, literally.
Well,
heal.
so then the worst thing in the world could have happened. I read a study where it talked about how if you talk to plants, like it actually like helps them. And then they did a study recently where they realized that plants have make sound and have feeling. So
okay, seriously. So Chris, my boyfriend, we've been dating for a while.
She dropped the boyfriend. She dropped the boyfriend.
I know. Taylor didn't even know.
Wait. Are you boyfriend, girlfriend official?
I mean, it's been a long enough time. We should be. So.
No,
and I'm sorry. We are. Yes, there's been.
We should be.
We're not live. I just sent him the link to where our. Yes, we've had an official conversation. It's a thing.
Okay, so what's up?
So the other
I like
day,
the casual nature in which you did that.
He sent a text message. Define the relationship. Yeah, that happened a long time ago. Either way, it doesn't matter. Chris sends me a picture the other day, and he's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "It's a tree with a fruit on it, like of some sort." Apparently, he has an orange tree growing in his yard. It's got 2 little tiny oranges there, and I'm like, "You got to talk to the tree now." And he's like, "What are you talking about? I don't talk to animals and plants. I don't talk to plants." He talks to his dog plenty. But he was like, and I'm like, "You have to talk to the tree in order for your oranges to bloom." We have determined now it is an orange tree, and I'm like, I think I need to take over caring for this orange tree at this point. I need to come over more often so I can make sure the tree is fine.
So
I don't even need him to be there.
Sometimes I sit in rooms with my plants.
You do what with your plants?
Sometimes I sit in a room with my plants and
I
maybe sing.
You sing to them. Thank you. That's
just songs.
What sort of songs?
Well, I don't want to. I think first of all, Mr. Karaoke.
I know, but that's not surprising for me because I love karaoke.
So I did think of you abruptly changing the subject. I did think of you yesterday. I was visiting my mother who lives in St. James in the memory ward. She has dementia. And I visited while they were doing karaoke.
Oh,
and I got stuck
what time
doing.
Is that?
What did you do?
I did Rhinestone Cowboy.
Oh,
a lot of
okay.
Glenn Campbell.
Okay.
And then
What do you sing to the plants?
patriotic. And then there was a patriotic, like, proud to be an American.
That happens.
So-
you move into theme.
So Billy Joel?
Nice.
Like
Did you sing to
old
the plants?
70s, 80s Billy
Like
Joel?
Vienna or like
Vienna waits for you.
Yeah.
Bottle of red, bottle of whites, whatever mood you're in tonight.
All right.
Track.
So in the room of my house called the chapel,
Okay.
you're familiar. There are some
Okay.
succulents. There's some
Battery's
other plants, but
Taylor, the battery's really low on this computer. What is that computer? Okay. It's really low. Stressing me
Roslyn.
out.
So BR Succulents, Roz from BR Succulents, who I love to death. Her son and my son are like in a gang at Our Lady of Mercy.
Can we do? Okay.
We
All
can't.
right,
We
gang.
can't. We're not. Well,
Okay.
not a gang. They're in a group of guys.
Like a fun game.
They
They're
have
a
a
fun gang.
Pokemon cartel going. What do you
I
want
love
me to
it.
call
I love it. So, Robin,
2 minutes.
I can't even keep a succulent alive. I now I know I need to talk
Well,
to it, but
maybe.
I had one for almost a year, but it just last week was like, I'm done. Like it just gave up.
All right. So
So I
you're
didn't
gonna
give
miss.
it enough water.
So good thing we're recording this on YouTube. So when later after the Rougarou game, which is going to be so exciting, you have
It
season
is.
tickets.
Yeah.
How much are season tickets again to the Rougarou?
Like I don't know, $100 for the whole summer for four
It's like
tickets.
That's what women's basketball used to be.
And so, but the thing
before
is
the
that
championship.
You mean basketball?
so now that the national championship games are over, go Tigers! Right, we won the championship, but there are going to be some LSU players there tonight. There are going to be some LSU players on the Rougarou team, and I don't know which ones they've
So
been like
is
really
the Rougarou
quiet about
team
that.
paying for NIL for the LSU baseball players to be there? Is that what's
No,
happening?
these kids want to play.
See what I did there?
Yeah,
See what I did
you did.
there?
But Gordon's going to be there tonight. Gordon, I know. But he bought tickets to everybody. You can't really stop.
Gordon sees a meme. Somebody makes a meme about the Jello shots at the College World Series, and with a plane saying Gordon's on his way, hearing that Graves donated
Yeah.
X amount. And
And
what does Gordon do?
Gets on a plane
he
and
flies Coach who? The national championship.
Kim Mulkey.
Kim
Yes,
Mulkey.
my girl, Kim Mulkey.
He flies Kim Mulkey there and buys a ton of Jello shots. The meme makes reality with Gordon McKernan. I love it. 30 seconds.
Okay.
Can I borrow those headphones? I just want to do the intro with the headphones.
Are they plugged in? You got 30 seconds. Move faster, dude.
Yeah, no, really. It's like Sara Kleinpeter time here.
It's like, where are you? I was like, I'm on my way. I'm gonna be there. I sent you my location. I don't send anyone my location. I sent it to you.
Roz, you now know what you're getting yourself into. That's okay, dude.
Roz was here early.
Roz or
Oh. If you point. Things just got serious here, YouTube. We're about to go live.
what happened
Things
to the
are
music?
serious, YouTube.
Okay.
Don't touch the table? Why? Run away if they don't touch
All right. Welcome to the Geaux Rouge radio show. This is your host, Franz Borkhardt, for another episode. This show is like a cockroach. It just won't go away, Dylan. So we are in like episode 131 range right now. A couple of years we've been
Exactly.
doing this show. In studio today, I have co-host Dylan Ferguson. You remember Dylan. And then Sara Kleinpeter has joined us.
I'm here, everyone.
So we're thinking about giving Sara this new thing where she talks about things going on in Baton Rouge, and she had a whole bunch of ideas. So Sarah's going to be our first guest. But in the second segment, not that I'm not excited about Sara, because I am excited about Sara.
Yeah, so excited.
Sara has a baseball game to go to tonight.
I do.
And we're going to be talking about we're going to talk about Rougarou. So in our second segment, which I wish you could stay for, because she's going to talk to us. We have Roz from BR Succulents. She's going to talk to us about how to not kill plants. How to
Right,
not
but
plant-
I'm going to listen to that later after the game.
Have you ever been to BR Succulents?
I have, and I looked at all the
Oh, my
things, and I was
God.
like, they should go home with me,
Well-
but I love them too much. I'm going to leave them here with her.
You can't see, if you're listening on the radio, by the way, Geaux Rouge show, celebrating the best parts of Baton Rouge. You can't see on the radio. You could see if you're on YouTube. She actually brought me something, a cigar box of succulents, because
It is
Roz,
available. Can I get it for YouTube at least?
Yeah, you could go get it. So Roz actually early on,
Roz, that's pretty.
I was not the first. I'm sure I wasn't the first. I brought a cigar box over and said, "Hey, can you?" I was one of the first. I was the first for a cigar box, and now is it a thing now? It's kind of.
It could be.
Yeah.
So cool.
Hey, so I will describe for our listeners because we showed YouTube. We need to tell our listeners what it looks like. It's a red orange box, cigar box, wooden of nature. It's got some gold metallic stamping on the inside of it, and it's opened up and it has about 8 varieties of succulents in there. I will not pretend to name them. They're shapes and sizes, beautiful colors, and there's even a rock.
Well,
So,
speaking of,
I hope that helps you understand what we're holding in front of us.
Speaking of variety, shapes,
How'd I do?
colors, that kind of stuff, it's time to talk about our Geaux Rouge show sponsor,
Yes.
the Borchardt Law Firm.
Oh, my
no,
goodness.
we're so grateful.
Past customer.
I cannot believe that the Borchardt Law Firm, which is my criminal
Minor
defense firm, has
Not for
sponsored this
criminal.
show 131 episodes.
Wow.
Like, do you know how awkward it is for me to go to marketing and say, look, I do this radio show. Can you keep paying for it? And
Except for you are marketing.
that's true.
So
That is true.
it couldn't be that awkward.
The entire firm, me and the law clerk. me
Did
and the
you
law
hear
clerk.
Franz was even Employee of the Year?
I was employed. I was in the top 500.
At the
I
Borchardt
was.
Law-
Did you get a plaque?
I did. I remember Baton Rouge Business Report's top 500 influencers,
Yes.
which is which we talked about how that was like giving a trophy to everybody.
You and I both got one.
Yes,
Can I say-
Dylan urinated all over that little Triumph, so
Someone said to me afterward that they could have done 225.
and it would have been okay.
Well, it would have made more sense, but it would have
So
still been
we're taking.
I don't know if I'd have made 225,
So-
but I made the 500.
So we're taking up valuable Sara Kleinpeter. Sarah's in studio.
No. We're here for you.
So Sara, you're here. Let's talk. What's going on in Baton Rouge right now? You're now working at Fran U. What is Fran
Yes.
U, by the way?
So I'm working at Fran U. I'm the Executive Director of Development and Fundraising Operations. Big title for I'm at Fran U, trying to make it a better place for our students. Fran U is Franciscan Missionary of Our Lady University.
Wow.
We're located just in the center of Essen Lane, right next to Our Lady of the Lake Hospital, which is our sister organization within the FMLHS
Can I get a tour?
system. Oh my gosh, I want you to come.
Is there
We,
is there
there's
a church
new
in there?
building.
Is
There's
there a church?
It's a chapel, not a church, but it is a beautiful chapel.
Adoration chapel or
No,
just chapel?
there's always the Eucharist present, so you.
That is an
but-
adoration chapel.
but it's not shown.
It's closed
It's
up.
closed up. Yeah.
Okay, well that's okay.
We have
Franz
a
is the chapel
16-foot. Wait, get this. We have a 16-foot San Damiano cross
Okay.
that is in the heart of the chapel. It centers everything. It came over from Germany, and it's
you
so
had
cool.
you had me at Big Cross.
Is that-
Yeah, it is massive. We just opened a brand new building, St. Francis Hall, and it's right there on Brittany Drive. And it's a new building. Fran U has never had a student building, and so Tina Holland tells this story better than I do. But she witnessed a few students many years ago studying, and these are like nursing students.
I feel compelled to ask this
What?
question because you glossed over it,
What?
and I didn't ask. What is Fran U?
I did. I said it's Franciscan Missionary of Our Lady
But
University.
what does it
Wow.
teach? What
So,
do they teach? Who do they
Yeah.
teach?
It is also known, or used to be known as Our Lady of the Lake College.
Okay,
We
that's what we're getting.
have a
Yes.
heavy nursing program. We also have a doctor of physical therapy, physical therapy assistant. We have, I don't have my list with
Don't
me.
they have a religious degree
We
program?
have a theology program. It's not a religious degree. It's actually a Catholic theological
So I
program. So
I
we
asked
can
a
have.
question.
Do they have part-time? Do you have night classes?
I
That's
just asked the
Franz?
question. I already knew the answer to.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
So we have a theology program. We do all of the theology work for the Diocese of Baton Rouge. So all of the priests and deacons, before they are in seminary, have to
Right.
do a number of undergraduate courses. We offer an undergraduate degree. We also offer an associate's degree in theology. We have an associate's and a
Take your time, Sarah.
I know. I'm
Just
like,
take
we
your
have a
time.
business degree. I sound so educated about this, but I do the fundraising. So our academic programs extend to a doctor in nursing. So we have a doctoral degree in nursing and in physical therapy. We have physical therapy assistant. I said that already. We have nurse practitioner. We have registered nurse everywhere from the undergraduate associate's registered nurse to the doctoral degree. We have some really great students. I think enrollment is around 1,200
That's what I was
students.
going to say. How many
Yeah,
students?
so we have about 1,200
okay.
students, which is almost at our max capacity of about 1,400 students.
So it's a pretty intimate learning environment.
It's a very
then.
intimate learning environment. Your classes are around 30 to 40 people in each class.
Great.
We graduated in May. I started April 17th. We had graduation like May 10th, right?
Awesome.
And I was like, whoa, what did I get into? And it was so much fun to see these students complete their programs. Majority of our programs are in the medical field or in the allied sciences. We also have an undergraduate degree in biology. So if you want to study biology and eventually go to be a physician, you could study biology at FranU, get an undergraduate degree, and then apply to
So this is the first time I've said this out loud.
What?
Particularly on the air. And it's the first time I've said it out
so
loud.
excited.
But when I grow up, I've actually given some serious consideration. You need to be called to do this. It's a calling. I've actually been given some consideration about doing the deacon thing.
Okay.
See, she's about to look at this face. Look at this
I'm
face.
saying, okay, let's talk about it some more off air. Let's talk about it some more off air.
So the Catholic Church, the church has to call you to do it. They have to ask you to do it, right? And there's a rigorous screening process.
Very rigorous, yeah.
But I kind of like there's a little part of my dark heart that sometimes
it does seem like the next logical
your first
evolution.
step would be maybe to come to FranU and do part of our theology program and do that religious life.
Get ahead of the curve. Get ahead of the curve.
Degree and see what you think about it. Because we also offer in the theology program not just for religious life, but for lay people who may need to brushing up on their Catholic philosophy or Catholic theology.
Catechism.
Go in and talk about it. I want to be clear that our university does not only accept people who are of Catholic faith. We accept all.
I'm self-centered.
All faiths.
I'm self-centered, self-oriented. So I'm honing in on the thing that matters to me, right?
Yes.
It's the Geaux Rouge show. It's not the Franz
show.
show.
It's the Geaux Rouge show. Sponsored by Franz Bogart.
The Borchardt Law Firm. So Sarah, before we transition to Baton Rouge Rougarou, which we need to.
We do.
Tell me, if I want to get more information about FranU, how to get more information, what's the website, where do I go?
Yeah. FranU.edu, FRANU.edu. I would love to be your Fran and take you around the campus pretty soon. We're going to be doing a few building tours.
If I go to FranU, do I get to stay in the dorms?
We don't have dorms. We don't have housing. Sorry.
You can sleep
But
outside.
you live here already, so you don't need to live in a dorm.
My son would love a scenario where he and I live in a dorm together.
And, that would be cute.
Yeah.
It would be. So last thing I'll say about FranU is that high school students, we offer a 5-week summer program called the Franciscan Experience. It's a summer program, and you get to do service learning and learn more about your faith throughout a 5-week program here in town. They actually do stay at the Catholic Retreat Center that's just off of Bluebonnet. I'm sorry, Acadian. Where is it?
The Catholic Life Center is on Acadian.
I'm like, Acadian,
100 Oaks.
So they do stay in housing. But our students, lots of things. It's a retreat center.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
All right. So FranU.edu, our new building is absolutely fantastic. When you visit on Brittany Drive, you drive by, there is a piece of artwork outside that looks like St. Francis.
I'm going to tell you what I told the flagship university. The Borchardt Law Firm, and by extension, the Geaux Rouge show, is always looking for show sponsors. So if FranU wants to spread its wings and become a Geaux Rouge sponsor, I'll take trade.
Okay.
Teach me educational courses for trade. No, I'm joking.
We can talk to the PR department. That's for sure. That's above my pay grade for sure.
That's not a development.
I barter for a living. Transitioning from FranU, Baton Rouge Rougarou. Okay, so what is the Baton Rouge Rougarou?
Okay, so Baton Rouge Rougarou is a collegiate baseball team that plays from about the end of May until the middle of August. And
Summer ball.
Summer ball. It's summer ball for colleges that have students. There are students that are from, or athletes that are from Delgado, from
just all over,
Texas,
Louisiana,
So
probably Arkansas, maybe.
Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. So we're part of the Texas Collegiate League. We play. There's another Louisiana team in Lafayette called the Cane Cutters or something like that.
The Cane Cutters.
Yeah. I don't even know who we're playing tonight. Do you know who we're playing tonight, Taylor?
They did not get as strong of a name.
Cane Cutters.
Rougarou, right? And so people also often say, what is a Rougarou? Oh, look at that. A Rougarou is a mythical figure of the swamp.
It's a swamp monster.
It's a swamp monster. Sort of like a
chupacabra.
Like a wolf, but also month. I don't know. What is it?
Like
So-
a werewolf,
What
a
is it?
scary
So we
wolf,
really did a
It's
lot
like
of.
a scary
wolf
wolf.
alligator.
Oh, so it is not a Sasquatch.
No.
It's not a Sasquatch.
It's like
no.
a wolf. The
Similar
games
in
happen
mythology.
every few days, so they travel. It's a really tough schedule for these athletes. They've got
I
a.
can't imagine.
It's sort of like what you see. What was it in that? Isn't Bull Durham the baseball one, right? So it's like sort of like you're in a
Minor league team.
very minor league team, and you've got to travel by bus. So whoever we're playing tonight, there's a bus waiting for them to bring them back to wherever they are. But tonight they're going to be doing. I think Chase Tyler is there to sing the national anthem.
Wow.
Every
Yeah,
Friday
big
night,
deal.
not just tonight, because tonight's special. They've got all these specials going on tonight. But every Friday night
Every Friday night.
they'll do fireworks at the end of the game on Friday. So they do fireworks after the seventh
Ooh, I
inning.
want to talk about fireworks.
So if the
tonight.
folks watching the Geaux Rouge show are watching on YouTube or listening on the
Yeah.
radio, how would I get more information about the Baton Rouge, the BR Rougarou? Where do
So
I get
you-
tickets, and how much are tickets?
Well, I don't know. I get them from the BR Rougarou website, and you just go.
So
the
maybe you
tickets.
just Google Baton Rouge
Wait,
Rougarou.
wait.
It's spelled without an X.
Are you
It's
suggesting that I would Google?
ROUGAROU.
Yeah.
Did I spell it right?
So-
ROUGAROU.
Props to Sarah for
BR
wearing.
Rougarou.
Props to Sarah for wearing a Rougarou shirt today.
I
know, that's
know,
so
y'all. I
exciting.
don't even like T-shirts, and I'm wearing one.
So-
I love it. I've
so-
got fan gear for
I
the
know,
Rougarou.
I know y'all just met today.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited.
So one of my favorite things about Sarah Kleinpeter
oh.
is Sarah doesn't show up places unprepared.
Oh.
Sarah comes dressed to the nine. Is
Yes.
that the phrase? Dressed to the
That's
nine.
it.
Dressed, yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Comes dressed to the nines, always ready for whatever occasion. I've seen her dressed as Mary Poppins before.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do. Mary Poppins is my girl.
Yes, yes, yes.
We're
yes.
friends.
You're
Close.
friends.
hmm
So Sarah,
She's not real.
of course.
She's real.
Wait. She's a,
Not
she's
real.
a
I just-
mythical,
someone had to say it, right?
like the
Mary
like the
Poppins
rigor,
is-
like Rougarou.
Like she's like a Rougarou, right?
I'll show you
Wow,
Mary
Dylan.
Poppins.
She's
I'll show you Mary Poppins.
So for our next segment, Dylan will talk about how Santa Claus is not real either.
Whoa,
He
I
is
did
real.
not
What are you
say
talking
that. What are you
about?
talking
Santa?
about, Franz? That is
What?
not true. Good
Somebody
Lord.
suggested, somebody in my inner circle suggested in the blast radius of my 7-year-old about the authenticity and reality of Santa Claus, and I
Oh.
almost stabbed him
Do you
with a
mean
butter
the way
knife.
that you're doing into just
Butter knife.
Butter knife.
I almost stabbed him with a butter knife.
Yeah.
No, I was
You're on
saying
the-
you were going to be the one who ruins Christmas, not me.
Oh, but I don't feel that way.
So point being-
Christmas is safe.
point
wow.
being-
Okay, no.
So point
maybe
being,
I was wrong. Maybe
I
Mary
was
Poppins
not-
is also real.
I was not totally shocked that Sarah Kleinpeter came today in a Baton Rouge Rougarou. I am a little disappointed there's no Fran U swag or merch
Mm.
that's
I am
here.
so sorry.
Yeah, we love
So
Mary.
because the new building just opened, we are actually moving from our old office, and all of our swag is packed up. I will bring you a
You know,
brand new swag
I
bag.
don't-
I'm sorry.
I don't
I'll bring 4 of them
You-
next time I come.
You
I
know,
promise.
I would never throw a good friend a guilt.
I
a
was in
guilt
a brand
code.
new T-shirt before
This
I put on my
is at least
Rougarou
the
shirt.
third time I've seen Franz guilt Sarah tonight.
Tonight,
and it's
alone.
been
Yeah.
I want
like,
you to
like
look.
in the past
I want you to
half
look
hour.
over your shoulder. There is this wonderful succulent arrangement.
Yeah, do you
behind
remember
you.
the
Oh,
succulent
that's,
arrangement?
you didn't specify which. So I'm not selling anything.
So
but
what's your best Fran U piece of merch?
Ooh.
Ooh, got to be a T-shirt. And we're
Okay.
actually working on a merch store, so like things are in a little bit of a flux. But
Oh.
a brand new T-shirt is solid. Go Wolves! I mean,
Remember when I had Geaux Rouge hats?
yeah.
Yes.
I have Geaux Rouge hats, but more to the point, speaking of show sponsors, I have Borkhardt Law Firm hats now. I've got one hat for you and one hat for you.
Really?
Well, thank you. I will
Wow.
come next Friday.
you.
I will bring you.
I'm so excited.
some
Where
merch.
is it?
Sarah just invited
dang.
herself to be on the next,
Next
week's
Friday.
show. I
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
I
this
love
is,
it.
This is, I get it now.
Do you want some Rougarou swag? I'm going there
I-
tonight.
I would
just
like-
give me your debit card. I'll grab it for
So
you.
I like dry fit. So permission to talk about baseball hats for a second.
Sure.
Dry fit baseball hats because my head has no hair on it
Right.
and it sweats profusely because it's
Okay.
hot.
So
It's hot as Hades out there.
Those of us with hair, our
opposite from
heads
you,
still sweat.
Do they?
Yeah.
I don't remember
I
what
think
it's like
so.
to have hair.
a dry fit hat does no good for me
your
because
hair's
I've got
magnificent.
hair.
Your hair is magnificent.
and it doesn't go away underneath the hat. It just gets.
Well,
hotter.
that's the other thing.
Mhm.
Remember, I was talking, continuing our theme of praising Sarah Kleinpeter. Look at this
or
hair.
harassing.
Look
It's
at this
great hair.
hair.
It's
Look
great
at
hair.
this hair.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Show
Sarah
stopping.
Kleinpeter never shows up to a place
And
not.
cool glasses. Like you can't see it on the radio, but they are
So I-
very
The polka
cool.
dots,
You get
they're
the
really
polka
cute.
dots.
Before you
Yeah.
got here, somebody asked me about you, and I said she
What?
looks just like the lead character from Encanto,
Yes.
which you do.
Uh-huh.
And
And I
I've
have
never
to
seen
say that you've never seen Encanto.
I've never seen Encanto.
Oh, you're missing out. It's like
Yeah.
me, but
It's a new Disney movie, newer
Animated
Disney
cartoon
movie.
form.
Animated.
Animated.
It's stationed in Colombia.
I know the song.
There's no Pokemon cartel in this movie.
No.
Okay.
But wait, have I ever told you that somebody? Okay, I was at a Leadership Baton Rouge thing.
Oh,
right.
Transitioning to leadership.
I am. About a year and a half ago, I was at a Leadership Baton Rouge thing, and I'm sitting there, and I walked up to a table of people, and there were two people there that I didn't know. One of them is Chris.
Okay.
And one of them
her boyfriend
is
Great.
Sara. And so I walk up, and I was like, the other people at the table I knew, right? And I was like, hi, I'm Sara. It's so nice to meet you. And then the other Sara was like, strange question. And I was like, yes, I'll take it. And she's like, do you know Franz? And I said, yeah. Who doesn't know Franz? I mean, come on. How do you know
That is
him?
frequently the response.
How do you know him,
Which
right?
Sara is this?
Sara Gardner. She goes,
Baker Sara Gardner. Yeah.
because he posted that picture of you next to the Encanto girl, and that's how I recognized you. So you made me like social media
Sara
famous
Gardner,
with that one.
Excellent leader, excellent part of Baton
Excellent
Rouge.
person.
She
Yeah.
She bakes awesome food.
Yeah, she does. Mhm.
So yes, there was this occasion when the movie came out where I watched the movie with my 7-year-old. Then at the time, I think he was 6. And I stopped. I paused the movie, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's Sara Kleinpeter." And Fisher just looks at me like, "Who's Sara Kleinpeter?" I'm like,
Right.
Come
and
on,
He
Fish.
watches me take a picture of the TV, which
Yeah.
I did,
He did.
and I posted a picture of Sara
Side by
Kleinpeter
side.
next to.
I want to look it up. I'm going to look it up on the break.
Yeah, I will show you before I
Yeah.
leave. So, yeah, Leadership Baton Rouge. We missed you last week.
I'm sorry. I was
Yeah.
in Atlanta.
Are you really?
I was in Atlanta on national
I'm sorry.
TV.
He was
all
on
week.
national TV.
Court
Okay.
All week. We haven't
So-
even talked about it. I can't
I
believe
know.
it. Can you?
So
This show's not about me. Kevin.
I'm amazed
So,
that
Leadership
you're still
Baton Rouge-
here doing this.
I know.
Like here with us and the go. Just in
Well, you're
We're
here.
not worthy anymore.
You're here.
Small town
Maybe
Baton
it's because I was
Rouge.
here.
I
and
don't
kids
forget
tried to
where
come.
I'm from.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why.
So-
Look, Taylor's here, and I still hang out with Taylor, and Taylor's from Walker. So
We love
Oh,
Taylor.
congrats, Taylor.
We do love Taylor.
best Waffle House
You know,
in Louisiana.
that's so weird. That's the only time someone said you're from Walker and they say congrats.
Congrats.
I've never heard
Walker.
that.
Are you from
Walker
here?
has one of the best Waffle Houses I've ever been to.
Ah.
It's all right. I tell you
It's all
what,
right.
the one in Hammond when I was at Southeastern, better.
Oh, I
Hammond
think
has
Denham Springs
awesome
Waffle
everything.
House
All
is
right,
the killer
so-
Waffle House. Anyway,
I'm not a
Leadership-
waffle. I can't
Yeah.
participate actively
Is
in this
leadership
conversation.
Baton Rouge coming up? What's going
Yeah,
on?
so Leadership Baton Rouge, the 2023 program is wrapping up, and
Mm-hmm.
applications for the 2024 program open August 1st. If you want to find out about it, go to BRAC's website. I think it's like BRAC.
It's a year-long leadership program
Okay,
where
I was
you
about to ask.
you get
Yeah.
experience in different areas of our community: education, healthcare,
Economic development,
everything.
crime.
and you get guest lectures from people,
Yeah.
movers and shakers in the community. It's not a brainwashing. It's not a Kool-Aid session. You
Sure.
can actually question these people and get
Engage
have
with them.
have engagement in discussions. Year-long program, excellent program. You can meet all sorts of great leaders, potential leaders, and leaders in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
It is a great network. It's a great tribe of people.
Yeah.
I was in one of the best classes.
We were better.
were y'all in the class together?
Yeah, we
Is that
met
how you
in
met?
we met in the 2018 class. So we were
That
class
is
of
so
2018, a little bit
I didn't
better
think
than
Sarah
all the
liked
best.
me at first.
I didn't.
She didn't. I had that effect back then. To be fair,
Sure.
back then
To be
I had
fair.
I had that effect on a lot of people back then.
And so we were in the 2018 class, but we just had a membership luncheon last week, and we had people there all the way back from the 1985 class. And so it's been around since 1985. Leadership Baton Rouge exists. We're part of an organization, Leadership Baton Rouge Alumni. And
I actually gave a talk to one of the classes about criminal justice and justice
Yeah.
reform at the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison.
Yeah.
So I was an alumni of the class, and then I was also a presenter.
a presenter, yeah. And so
I mean, I'm not just on national TV every
Right.
single
He
week.
loves
So-
to lecture.
I think if you do love to lecture. So we have about 40 people every year in the class, and so if anyone's interested in learning a little bit more about Baton Rouge, and
Great
being part
program.
of that, it's a great program.
How
Your
much does it cost? I mean, it costs a
Oh.
little bit of money.
It's I
But
don't
no,
know. I'm
I
not
was
gonna
waiting for the
lie.
catch,
Well, you
yeah.
It's less than $2,000.
But you
I
can
think,
ask.
okay.
But
for
you
the
can ask
entire
your
year.
company. You can ask your company
Yeah,
to pay
Sponsor
to
you.
sponsor it.
yeah.
Pay for it. The Borkart Law Firm,
paid for
Would
Brian.
Pay for me.
sponsor.
Yeah,
not going to sponsor you.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
great.
But you have a
Just
company
wanted
you
to-
work for that might,
yeah,
True,
yeah.
true.
So,
Although
I know.
food industry was not a component of the program,
but
Yeah.
it should be.
it should
Right.
be. The
Yeah.
restaurant industry
Yeah.
is. So look, we're gonna be taking our first break. Sarah, thank you so
okay.
much for
I'm
being
so
here.
glad to be here. I won't take as many months.
You want to come back next
yeah,
week?
Maybe next week. Yeah.
Next week is open. You want to come back next week?
Ooh,
I'll be
what
here
are we gonna
next
talk about next week?
Well, that's
We'll
between.
figure it out.
Look,
All right, we're gonna
I'm
figure
just
it out.
riding by the seat
I'm
of
gonna
my
bring.
pants.
I'm gonna bring swag.
I really
know
am
that
sorry.
much.
I
I'm
really,
gonna get you some swag.
All right,
I
so,
promise.
So we're going to be
I
taking our
promise.
first break. And look, if you have an idea for a show, email me at info@gorouge.com. We'll be back with our second half with BR Succulents. Roz, come back. We'll be back
So
shortly.
excited.
See you soon. So what restaurant do you work
I work for Toast for the restaurant software. But I used to manage it. All right.
Okay.
Get Gordon just started a live video.
You used Toast.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. I know, but what are they doing for the people who paid for their tickets?
Free corn
That's
dogs.
what I want to know.
You refer your personal injury cases to me.
I said, Casey, you gonna let me sit in the up front seat? Like you're gonna save my seat because I'm a season ticket holder. This will be like our 5th game this season. We go all the time.
Right.
All right, so
Anyway.
nice seeing you.
Next week I really can come. I really can. Yeah. I've seen Toast. I've used it. We'll be around. All right, I gotta run. Bye. Much love.
Bye.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Yes. Good to see you.
Apple bottom jeans. I watched Tropic Thunder.
Oh no!
You don't like Tropic Thunder?
I mean, I love Tropic Thunder.
You don't
I'm
like-
just that. I mean,
How about a Taylor Swift song?
ooh, I do apple bottom jeans. I'm into
Apple
it.
bottom jeans.
How long do we have?
Right, Rob, we gotta show them the side-by-side picture.
Actually, Taylor, we're gonna go Motley Crue. One of my Motley Crue songs that you know I love. This is, by the way, that was a lot, right?
Was that too much?
No, but that yours will be different
Oh, well.
because it's not going to be.
Gotta keep it entertaining.
What,
Otherwise,
what's that entertaining, guys? I don't know. So
Was it entertaining?
Roz is in the house. Roz from Baton Rouge Succulent.
Yeah, you're live, Ross.
By the way,
Look, for the record, YouTube, I brought a separate shirt in case I
there's
needed
nothing
to
wrong.
not be
You
in
look
the room.
amazing, and I'm not harassing you by telling everybody how great you are as a human being. Gosh,
I'm trying to find the picture, Franz.
Gordon.
The one that you tagged me in.
Why don't you just pull up Encanto and the main character from Encanto? It's not.
That's right here.
It ain't a who. Look at her. Look at this. Look at this character. It looks just like Sarah.
That's
She
a
wears
bad picture.
she wears glasses in the movie. She has no magic.
I can see it.
She's born without magic. We don't talk about Bruno. That's one of
We
the
don't
songs
talk
in the
about
song.
We don't. Never talk about Bruno. All right, much love. I'll see you.
I'm one of the most.
Whose glass are these? These are beautiful.
That's Dylan's. Oh gosh.
Boys, let's go.
So while we have this time, I don't know where Dylan is. While we have this time together, sure. So I won a auction at our school church where I get to have dinner with our head priest,
Oh,
and I had
you're the winner.
I had to email the secretary of the priest today to line that up, and she has not responded to my email, and she didn't respond to my call that I did 2 months ago. So I'm starting to like it's going to
Father
become
Cleo.
Yep, Father Cleo. I won Father Newton and Father Cleo. Father Newton's already lived up to his. He's cooked Indian food, and it's been amazing. A priest cooked me an Indian feast.
Oh, I've been wanting to hear about that.
Oh, dude, it was so ridiculously
Yeah,
good.
it was like he's like a bishop. Or?
No, he's just a normal priest. But he's over at Aloysius, but he used to be at Mercy. Super cool guy, really down to earth. Basically, he wanted to slaughter like a pig.
Oh,
Like he's from the streets of India, right?
Right.
And so I was like, well, maybe we just go get it. Maybe not slaughter it.
yeah,
I
go
don't-
get a pig.
Like that might ruin pigs for me.
No,
Like if you want to break a pig down, like I'll buy you a pig that's already dead and been gutted and all that, and you can like do all that. So yeah,
wow.
yeah. 15 seconds. We're gonna come back.
Seconds. Oh, I'm excited.
You know a lot about plants? I don't know.
Oh, I can't wait to
Singing,
talk about how
singing.
little I know about that.
It's gonna be good.
Moving out. They like Moving Out by Billy Joel. Billy Joel, Moving Out.
That's what she sang to them.
I occasionally sing to them. I love Motley Crue. All right, welcome back to the second segment of the Geaux Rouge radio show. We're also live on YouTube on the Geaux Rouge channel. By the way, if you like what you see, if you're one of those people out there watching, if you like what you see and you haven't clicked follow or subscribe,
Like,
please do that.
subscribe, follow, comment.
Yeah, I would like to get our Geaux Rouge numbers up a little bit. That would
Into
make
it.
me
I'm
me
into
happy.
Yes.
Look, the Borghardt Law Firm is our lead sponsor for the Go Rouge show, and they really want to see the numbers pump up a
Do
little
they?
bit.
I thought that the Borghardt law firm was supportive regardless of results. Like I thought that they were really just supportive.
I'll have to talk to my I'll have to talk to my
Talk to Marcus.
overlords.
The PR team.
Yeah.
Really needs.
So we've got Dylan Ferguson in studio as co-host. We've got Roz from BR Succulent, and Roz is going to be our second half of the show. We went
So
from
excited. I am so
high
excited about
energy,
this.
high energy Sarah
Yes.
Kleinpeter.
Yes.
I don't know if I can top her.
You don't have to. You don't have to. So, but before we jump into that, if you want to watch any of our shows, www.gorouge.com. I need to put some of them on demand. I have a whole bunch of the episodes on demand. You can also go to our Go Rouge YouTube page.
The YouTube
They're
channel,
always
yes.
on there.
Yeah.
But look, if you have a show idea, any show idea, info, that includes Roz. If you have a show idea, you're like, Franz, you need to get this person on. They're underrepresented. They do a great thing in Baton Rouge, and they're not getting a lot of attention. Info, INFO, at GoRouge.com. If you email me, I'll put them on the show. I mean, that's how simple it is.
That's great. That's great. I'm compiling a list right now. I'm excited.
I want to do for
Tell you more
October.
about it.
I'm telling you right now, for October, it's
Yeah.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Ooh.
We're going to do a breast cancer pageantry of different organizations and all this
Yes.
stuff. We're going to go pink. Go Rouge is going to go pink
Full pink.
for October. But enough about that. Now we're about to go green. See what I did there?
Oh.
BR Succulent.
Well done.
All right.
Well
so
done.
Roz, welcome to the Go Rouge show. This is your first
Thank
time
you
on
for
here.
having me.
All right. So how, what, where, when, how, like when did you start BR Succulent?
Oh, I got super into plants when Trader Joe's came to Baton Rouge.
Okay.
You know how
Okay.
you-
Pretty fresh then.
Relatively, I guess I did.
I still call the Mall of Louisiana the new mall. So
Wow.
that's
Thank you.
that's
Thank
how.
you.
Okay, so Trader
Thank you,
Joe's,
Dylan.
it's
Yeah.
still fresh.
What's a mall? All right, so
Yeah.
Trader Joe's comes to town relatively
And
recently.
you walk in the door and they have all of those succulent gardens right by the
Right.
door. And I used
good,
to
good
go.
bargain. Good
They
bargains.
are.
Yeah.
They are.
And I used to go in and I would fill up a shopping cart with plants, and then I would check out and unload my car, and then go back in and do my grocery shopping.
So in this season of your life, what are you doing? You're not doing succulents for a living at this point. Are you doing something else? I mean,
At that point, I owned a art gallery and
Love it.
frame shop,
love it.
Cool.
Frameworks Gallery, which is actually where we started the
Okay.
succulents.
Okay.
The girl who was working with me at the time, Kathy, still has it. It's on Government Street now.
Yep.
It was on
Yep.
Highland.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
in the old White Star.
So what was it?
Oh wow, that guy. Okay, great.
So
yeah.
what was it that got you to go deep, all in green succulent action? Well, they're not all green, but yeah, like what was it? What was the catalyst?
I mean, it's you get one just like in your when it started for you, you get one, and then it's all about collecting them all.
So what I love about
interesting.
what I love about succulents, I love plants, but what I love about succulents is they like to be neglected, and I like to neglect things.
That's great.
And so it was like a permanent, like it was almost like, oh my God, did we just meet each other and become best friends? And so, and
Ron said that to me once, actually. I think
what?
that you said that.
But
Did we just meet each other and become best
Yeah,
best
yes.
friends? Yeah,
Dylan is
It
one of
was-
my good friends.
it was really
Good
sweet.
memory.
So,
Yeah.
so I love succulents, right? They're generally not terribly expensive. They're not hard to take care of, although I've killed plenty in my day. So
Until you start getting into like the rare stuff,
Ugh.
and you start searching out and collecting.
there's so many different layers too. There's people who are like taking parts of one succulent and like I don't know what
grafting it.
grafting and
to
like
the other
it's,
one.
it looks like
Oh,
welding, but it's
is that
like
okay?
growing.
That
They,
feels
yes, you know the
like an abomination.
the cacti that you see in the grocery store, and you see like the orange red top,
Mm-hmm.
and it's grafted to the green stem, which I'm wondering if that was the one that you were talking
Yep. Yep.
about. The top one doesn't have any chlorophyll, so it is feeding and living off
Symbiotic
of.
relationship.
Is it symbiotic or is it?
Or
Well, the other one isn't that cool to look at, so it
Got
needs.
you. So that's symbiosis.
a
Yes.
parasitic.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
how much cooler you are now.
A
Yeah.
parasitic relationship.
It's a bit of a parasitic
All
relationship.
right, so you decide you're into these things, you love them. You're like, I'm going to start a succulent business.
Yeah, I went to Austin, and they had a shop called East Austin Succulents. And after, the first 15 minutes of me walking through the greenhouse, my husband was like, I'm going to sit in the car. Oh, I said, just leave your credit card. And yeah,
Things get out of hand with succulents,
Yeah.
man.
An
Yeah.
hour later, so I get in the car, and he said,
we don't have anything like this in Baton Rouge. And I was like, no, we don't.
We don't.
So I
We really don't.
got back.
Well,
And this was 6 years ago this summer. So
Yeah.
I got back. At the time, I had the frame shop and found some suppliers, ordered succulents, and put them in the courtyard.
When succulents started becoming a thing at restaurants?
In
Like-
restaurants.
Like coffee shops, restaurants, you would start seeing succulents in places. One of our favorite coffee shops, City Roots, has
City Roots.
succulents.
That's so interesting. I think I have like a succulent blindness. Like I don't.
Overpass merchants.
They have succulents.
Yeah, they do. And so people started seeing these things in businesses, and they
Right.
become
And where do I
like-
get them?
Well, it was kind of like sushi. Remember when sushi got really ultra popular?
Sure.
It was kind of that weird, like, they were always, people who loved succulents always loved
Always
succulents.
knew succulents
Right.
were around.
Right.
But then the rest of us caught up to it.
All right, so you open this shop, succulents are in right now.
It took off.
It blew up.
It really did. I mean, I have so many people. I'm thinking of all the people in my life that are going to be jealous that I'm standing here talking to the owner of Baton Rouge Succulents.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
super cool.
It is. super cool.
I actually went there. I don't know how great or awesome y'all were doing when I first encountered you. I actually met you, I think, at Overpass Merchant.
Yes.
Then I asked her a question because I wanted to put some succulents in a cigar box, which the cigar box is made of wood, so it's not. There's issues, right? I mean, if you know, there's.
Oh, just like with the watering, you mean?
Well, yeah. I
Well,
mean,
luckily, they only need water about every 2 to 3 weeks.
Right,
so
right.
it's not like a fern where you're going to
Right.
rot the.
You're solving a riddle
container.
that I want to get to with you
Excellent.
before you go today.
So
Which is why is my succulent dying?
Well, we're gonna get there. What is the number one cause of succulents dying?
Succulents, it's either light or water.
Right.
They want a lot of direct sun. So you always say that your succulents are doing great in your office. It's
Mhm.
probably because
Too much sun?
not
Or-
enough sun. Even if it's in a window.
It's not enough sun.
Unless it is direct sun
that's what
all
happened.
day.
I moved it from the
But
direct
doesn't the
sun window.
also hurt it if it's too much sun? I mean,
I don't think so with the succulent, or yes? I
Well,
don't know.
no,
But don't,
I mean-
don't listen to me. My God. No.
Succulents can get burned if
Right.
it's in hot. If you take a succulent that has never been in direct sun and you put it outside,
So, for example, the beautiful arrangement you brought me.
That's right.
those all live outside at the
So
shop.
I could put those on a coffee table outside that is in the shade, but still gets sunlight, right?
As long as it gets
A lot of sun.
some direct sun.
Okay, I got
How
you.
much direct sun?
Thank you. That was what-
Ideally, I would say 6+ hours. of
6
direct
plus
sun.
hours of direct sun.
morning,
Morning sun is better.
so I could move
Okay.
it in the morning.
Put it out there in the morning.
Noon, bring it back in.
I mean, if it's a shady patio,
Yeah.
then you can leave it out all day.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't want to leave it in the middle of your yard in direct sun.
So I have a spiritual patio. As you've been to the spiritual patio. It's
That's right.
a
Well, not
zen-like-
the new spiritual
well,
patio.
the new
though.
spiritual patio in
Yeah.
my house. It's a zen-like space that has a fan and some lights, and I smoke
Yeah.
cigars outside occasionally.
That's great.
And there's one lone
Well,
succulent.
you need them for
Yeah.
oxygen
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
to clear that.
Did you
cigar
know,
smoke.
little known fact, did you know that by talking to plants, it like helps them grow? Did you know that?
I may have heard that.
Did you know that
sometime.
plants make a very imperceptible sound?
That is interesting. I think I have heard that as well.
There's
What does
a
it
recent
sound
study.
like?
I don't know. It's imperceptible, but apparently scientists picked it up. It's like a rumble.
Right.
So, anyways,
The
back to
rustling.
BR Succulent.
Right,
So
right.
new location of BR Succulent.
Oh,
I say
where?
new. It's been a minute. You've been.
We've been in the location. It was 5 years in January. So
Okay.
after the first 6 months at the frame shop, it took off because succulents were so popular then.
Yeah.
We moved about a mile down the street. We're still on Highland Road,
Okay.
right across from the new Superior,
Oh, yeah.
which really isn't even the new Superior
Gotcha.
anymore.
Oh gosh.
But isn't it awesome though? It's kind of the millennial plant. Like if you think about what kind of plant a millennial, no offense to millennials, but if you thought about the
Sure.
kind of plant a millennial would want,
Low commitment.
Low commitment.
Almost no work. Yields
Yeah,
immediate
yeah,
results.
yeah,
like it's,
yeah.
it's
Needs
already cool when
fulfillment,
you
yeah.
buy it.
They're
Right.
binge drinker plants too.
Yeah.
So it works out well.
Right.
So this is the cool thing, if I may. The cool thing is there's lots of different reasons to go to BR Succulent. Obviously,
Yes.
the easiest reason is I want to buy a plant, a succulent,
Right.
which, by the way, you can keep track of what they've got going on social media, Instagram.
Yes.
What is the Instagram handle?
BR Succulent Co.
BR
So
Succulent. Co.
they will post pictures,
Yep.
like a restaurant, like this
Right.
is what we got. In new
Anytime
stuff.
we get new plants
Mhm.
in, we post it on our story or we make a post. Right now we're doing a series of workshops and classes
Neat. Like what?
Last night was our first one. We did kokodami, which is a Japanese art form of binding the root ball of a plant. We do have a houseplant 101.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. Okay, I could actually.
So buying
legitimately
plants,
benefit from that.
courses.
Right.
What if I hypothetically had a plant that was not doing great? I might bring it over
can
there
I
and
please
say,
bring it?
Yes.
and say, help
okay.
me.
Great. Great.
Let's say you have a plant.
It's a great plan. I love it. Like,
We don't take them into rehab, but bring it in, send us a picture.
Right.
We'll
Right.
figure out what's
Okay.
going on.
So
We'll tell
let's
you what to do.
say, hypothetically, I have this giant pot and a whole bunch of succulents, and I want
How
you,
hypothetical is this?
and I
Franz?
want
I think
you,
this is
I
true.
want you to help me move said succulents, either that I buy there, bring there into a pot that you may sell. And a lot of times, the thing about succulents is a lot of times they're sold individually, and then you want them together.
Right.
And so one of the things you can do is you can buy pots there. I've watched them put stuff into pots for me before.
We'll pot it up.
Yep.
Yep.
One of the cool things I never knew is that you have to drill a hole in certain pots that don't have holes in them, because the
Interesting.
water has to be able to go somewhere, or else you'll get
Root rot.
Root rot.
Yeah.
Rot.
So a lot of my succulents, a lot of the succulents I have either at my home or at my office are in coffee mugs that are in plastic pots that drain.
I'm just
And
going to
so-
bring this whole thing in to
Bring
you.
it in.
Yeah, I'm going to come and bring it. Because
And it
I think it
doesn't
could be
have
any
to
number
just
of
be
these
succulents.
things.
May
Yeah.
I-
Well, this
may-
is a succulent.
Permission to give you life advice.
Oh, okay. Yes, please.
Get one succulent
I have
that
one.
you really love.
I-
Maybe get
yes,
two.
I have one that I really
And
Back
love
up.
those two. Love
Right.
those two. Don't get 1,000 succulents. Don't
I
be like
know.
certain people you know.
What?
But
Get
Can I tell?
1,000.
Can I tell a
Get
short
1,000.
story
Yes,
about how
yeah,
I
absolutely.
knew that Franz was at the studio today? Because I pulled up and I couldn't remember what you drove. I thought you drove something bigger,
Mhm.
but then I saw like 7 rosaries hanging from the rearview mirror, and I
That's
knew. I was like,
7.
okay, cool, Franz.
So when I get into things,
Yeah.
so obsessive compulsive behavior, which I do have
Sure.
obsessive compulsive tendencies, which by the way is a great asset to have for your business.
and probably for your attorney as well. I
Well,
would
as an
imagine.
attorney, yes,
Yeah.
it is. When the way I see the world is really, I try to explain to people some way, like I can't help but see certain things,
Sure.
and then once I see them, I can't help but like
Fixate.
fixate on them.
Go all
And
in.
also another tendency though is when I get into something,
Right.
I get into
Like
something.
really into it.
So when I was
How many statues?
that's not important. Let's talk about plants. So when I was getting into plants the first time, I was buying plants from Trader Joe's. Every time I was going to Trader
Of course.
Joe's,
Yep,
I would
good
go buy
I
a
do have
plant,
good plants.
right?
My mom has gotten a few orchids from Trader Joe's.
And I lived near Trader Joe's, so the part of the problem is,
but you
moving a
should
plant-
get them from
well,
Baton
I'm getting,
Rouge.
I'm getting there, Oz. So part of the issue was getting a plant. Transporting a plant can be problematic sometimes in a car.
Sure.
You know, yeah, a small one you can fit in a cup holder, but a big one you don't want it to like launch all over the place, especially if you're a bad driver.
Mhm.
So I was getting plant after plant after plant after plant after plant. Combined with that, I'm all about supporting local. I love Trader
course.
Joe's, but I want to support
We talk
local.
about that a lot. That's like one of our favorite topics on the show.
Right. And I
Supporting
got to
local.
say, while the customer service at Trader Joe's is awesome,
Top notch.
the customer service at DR Succulent
Oh.
is
In a different world.
ridiculously good.
Yeah.
It is ridiculously good.
I couldn't imagine asking a
I
crew
have
member,
good
"Hey, how do I
girls.
care for this?"
Well,
Like,
so
Good
they're
job.
everybody's
Yeah.
super nice. It
Yeah.
is not okay. You know how there's certain things in this world where there's a mystique, like wine, or certain things where people are intimidated by it.
sure.
Throw that out the window.
Plants.
So, like, hey, look, I really want to buy. I like the way this plant looks. I don't know anything about this succulent. What do I need to know about this succulent? And they'll walk you through it. What kind of pot is optimum for this succulent? All mine start little, right? So I can put them in a coffee mug. Well, at
Are they
some point,
supposed to grow?
well, they can.
All
Okay.
plants grow.
All plants grow.
But
Okay. Well, so that's,
you would be surprised how many people come in and ask us that question.
well, it's just stayed the same size. So even whenever it wasn't
You want a cactus,
actively
right? You want a like desert
dying,
cactus with the arms going up like this.
Even when it wasn't dying, it still wasn't growing either.
So
They are slow.
So the
Slow.
first
Okay.
succulent I ever owned, I got from a place we won't name on the air. And It was
Oh.
about an inch high, and it was a vertical succulent. You immediately know the name of it. It was about an inch high. Now it is about 3 inches high. It has now offshoots. So
Wow.
I'm going to bring it in because I want to try to what do you call it when you try to start like
Propagate.
propagating the succulents, because it's growing in such a way that I don't know how to cut and plant these, but it's self-produced. And every time you cut off a piece, It
It
is.
makes two.
It is ridiculous, and like the pieces have roots that are like, please put me in dirt.
Right.
Please put me in dirt.
Yeah,
Can you
where-
graft it onto another less
Good.
attractive succulent?
This one actually was one that was grafted. The top part is actually dying or dead,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
the side pieces are like desperately reaching out
It's
to.
probably a dragon fruit.
Speaking of
Which-
side pieces, I wanted to.
I'm okay with
you, can
dry-
get, you can get BR
Wow.
succulent at Magpie Cafe
Yes.
too.
You
Is that
mean
right?
you can go to Magpie Cafe and buy?
You can go to Magpie Cafe and there's a whole BR succulent
We
installation
have
there.
a whole collection.
A sort of side piece, if you will.
A side piece.
Wow.
Exactly.
Good,
you like
good thing the
that? Did you-
FCC is not listening or
I
anything.
think
can-
it's okay to say.
Coffee and plants. There is nothing better than coffee and plants.
Right.
So
It's not. Never mind. Go ahead.
most common. Let's. I'm going to use the word again, transition, which now I'm uncomfortable using that word. Let's change gears.
Change gears.
Most common mistakes with succulents.
Ooh.
Light. Definitely. Because
Lack of light or too
lack
much
of
light?
light.
Lack of light.
they want, I mean, water or light is usually the issue, but most common is light because people want to put the beautiful arrangements on their coffee table.
Right.
And unless their coffee table is in front of a window that has direct sun through it,
It's not going to work.
it's not going to work.
So I have a room in my house called the chapel that gets too much sun. There are
I
windows on both
bet
sides.
you even
It's
that.
okay. It's
Yeah,
okay?
oh, yeah.
Okay. Because they
Definitely.
sometimes get a little burned. Maybe I'm not giving enough water.
So
Is it the succulents that are getting burned or just the casual
succulents,
hospital?
the aloe vera ones that have the arms.
aloe is a little tender, but
Okay. Yep.
but it's either water or light. They want a whole lot of direct sun, and then they're like binge drinkers.
Okay.
So they want a full saturation. They want to fill up their fat little leaves.
Well, that's what I've wondered as well whenever I do water it, because I know I'm supposed to wait every 2 or
Yep.
3 weeks, but like how much water?
You can never give a succulent or really any plant too much water at one time,
Interesting.
If it's,
It's-
draining.
as long as it's draining. So
Okay.
it's not like you flush the water through, make sure you saturate the soil. You can give water too often. So you don't want to water it until
So
the
there's
soil.
no way I can pour too much water
If
at
it's
one
No.
time.
Yes.
And I like
My
to,
mind is blown.
And I may be crazy.
Yeah.
I like to also not just pour the water in.
Right.
I like to make sure the surface of the plant, like the leaves, the whatever you want to call it, I
Sure.
want everything to get a little spritz. So don't laugh. I will pour the water in,
I'm not gonna lie.
let it drain, and then I may take a spray bottle or the faucet hose and spray the top because I want everything to get a little bit of water. Right?
Just don't leave the water in its.
Don't.
And then
you,
at
don't,
what
you gotta
point,
let it
at what
drain.
point do you sing to the plants?
When is the singing?
I read a study where if you talk to plants,
It makes you happier.
makes you happier and the plants happier.
Right. But then what
And
about
so
singing to the
I
plants?
got this crazy idea that if I'm going to talk to them, well, I like to sing,
Yes.
and so I may have started singing to plants.
I
And
love that.
in this season of my life, I really do like to
So
sing.
many surprises on the
Right.
Geaux Rouge
So
show
I
every
will
week.
sit
You
there
could
in a
bring
room.
your favorite cactus to karaoke.
Dylan is a karaoke enthusiast.
I
And by
love
the way,
karaoke.
YouTube
Yeah.
has made karaoke a
So
party.
easy and fun. Have you come to karaoke at my house yet? Have we done
I
that
have
together?
I've done it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I got dumped after a karaoke thing at your house once.
Oh.
Remember
Not-
that?
not-
It was Christmas.
not
Our
my
Christmas
fault.
party. No, it's not my fault either. Anyways, so point being, yes, I occasionally might sing to said plants
Mhm.
in my house. It is not something I do
In front of people.
as frequently or in front of my son or other people that are at my house. But it's just like and then Dylan asked me before the show started, and you already know the answer. Well, what do you sing to him? And sometimes it's Billy Joel.
That was the
Um,
most exciting thing. Yeah. Piano Man.
Well, it's something I feel comfortable singing.
In your range.
I like ZZ Top. I like Motley Crue, but I cannot sing Motley Crue like Motley Crue can do Motley Crue.
Mhm.
I can do. I'm not Billy Joel. I'm not saying. To be sure,
No.
Tiny
Billy
Dancer.
Joel, Franz, identical.
Tiny Dancer by
I can
Elton
see it.
John.
Sure.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Encanto and
Yeah, like in Canto. Yeah, like in Canto and
Frozen.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll sing Disney. So point is, I have been known to do it. Yes, I do talk to them though.
I
I will
think-
read.
That's so nice.
I will read out. We have 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Oh, I
I
have
read
how to be
in
a better
front of
diner
them.
tip before we go to
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, Roz, if I want to get more information, this is not going to be the last time you're on the show. We love you. We love what you're doing. Local succulents, you can get them at Magpie. You can get them at your store shop.
BR Succulent Co.
on
on
Instagram.
Instagram.
That's our Instagram, which that's where we post most of our stuff. We did just start a blog. Hopefully we'll keep it going. But otherwise, our website is also BR Succulent Co.
Great value.
BRSucculent.com.
Great value, great deals.
BRSucculent.com.
Great value, great deals. Really, really, and you're shopping local. You're supporting local. Okay, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. How to be a better diner.
Yes.
Stop asking restaurants to adjust the thermostat. I felt like it was particularly relevant with what we're going through right now. But I can tell you, as a former manager, that we're not doing it, and it is annoying.
Are you okay? Side question.
Yeah.
In 15 seconds.
In 15
What
seconds
about
or
if the noise volume is incredibly
Turn the music
loud?
down?
No, in a restaurant that is not a music hall.
I have mixed feelings about that, but definitely not the thermostat. Stop it.
Would you be
Bring a-
offended
bring a
if I
jacket.
said, "Sir, the music seems very loud right here. I'm not going to ask you to turn it down. Is there a place where the music is less prevalent?"
Love that. Great
Is that
question.
okay? Is that
Yeah,
okay?
of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Would you be offended if a customer started to water the plants in your restaurant for you? Like this
Personally,
first-
me, no. Like, if they felt like they knew what they were doing, I'd be very excited. But
So-
I've always paid people to do that.
Sometimes I like to
So
do that.
I might
Take my water cup.
instead say, "Sir, I want to give this plant some water, but I don't want to be responsible for it getting worse than it already is. Would you be okay if I just give a little?" Next time you're on, I want to talk about ice cube watering because there's a lot of people that like to ice cube water.
Okay.
So we're about out of time. Roz, thank you for coming in.
Yes,
Thank
Ross. Thank you so
you.
nice to meet you.
Roz is really, really good people. Dylan, thank you. We're going to be back next week with
Great to
you.
meet you.
Next week.
I will definitely reshare this. Guys, have a great week. We'll be back with the Geaux Rouge Show next week.
See ya.
All right.
So
I struggle with this.
From what I learned about the ice, like from what I learned about watering just now, that you don't have to, that you can't worry about doing too much. I kind of like
Orchids?
what would the ice cube? Well, with an orchid maybe.
You know,
What would the ice cube accomplish?
it slowly waters it. So if you have a or kills it.
Yeah.
If plants adapt, so if you've been watering a plant with ice cubes for 6 months, it'll adapt to its watering. It's a desert scape, which we also have a
We're off
desert scape
YouTube,
class. Oh.
Goodbye, YouTube.